Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me from. This is Sam Ongoro. Kindly subscribe, share, and like my YouTube channel. My YouTube name is Sam Ongoro. Now, today there's a question that has been lingering in my mind for quite some time, and it's a behavior that I have observed in married couples for a few years. I don't know why men are ashamed of their wives. Sijui kwa nini wanaume wanaogopa kuonekana na mabibi zao. Yani, a lot of men that I've encountered have been doing our research for quite some time, and it has revealed or shown me that 45% of men are ashamed of their wives or the mother of their children. Why do I say so? In fact, I've been to a few places, been to a few functions, family gatherings, and etc. weddings, and burials, and supermarkets, to events. I've been to a lot of activities, but I have seen men not proud of their wives, of their women. And I don't know why. Now, let me give you a few examples that I'll choose. I went to a supermarket. I don't go to one supermarket. I go to random supermarkets when I'm doing a research. Now, I was with my wife the other day. So I met a guy who was driving a very expensive car. Very expensive car. That's why I tell people sometimes you may mistaken with, intelligence or being education, you might mistaken it for intelligence. Now, this guy is seated in a car at the parking lot. Why did the wife is shopping alone? She got out of the car, did the shopping, came back. When this woman came back, she had purchased a lot of stuff. Heavy stuff. They were in boxes, like let's say 5, 6 boxes. I don't know, to sugar, milk, unga. There was some heavy stuff. Those were 6 boxes. So the lady came back to the car. The guy was seated at the driver's seat on his phone. The wife pushed the cart to the car, opened the back door. The guy is still in a car on his phone. He was not talking to anyone, but the guy was browsing. So I looked at that woman with my wife there. The woman was struggling to carry some heavy boxes, putting them at the back of the car, while the husband is not moved, is seated comfortably browsing, waiting for the woman to load the car, to put all those heavy stuff. The lady was struggling with some boxes to put in a car. I told my wife, let me go help him. Then my wife told me, you know what? That girl is with a man. So please, don't you dare. So I said, okay. Then how can I be of help? My wife told me, no, don't. The guy was in a car, still browsing. The lady struggled with the boxes, went to the passenger seat, the front seat. She sat down, and the guy started driving. Now, honestly, wanaume, treat your wife with a little respect. Treat your wife with little respect. And if you are going to behave the way I saw that guy behaving, I don't know how they live, but life is too short. You don't know we're here for how long. Let's try to live like normal human beings, like married people. Maybe you made a mistake in marrying this woman. But guess what, my brother? She's in your house now. Until the time you say goodbye, or until the time you divorce, or until the time you separate. She's in your house. She's your wife. Please treat her with some respect. I expected the guy to get out of the car, help the wife to remove things from the cart to the car. At least that's the least the guy could have done. So then I started questioning myself, why didn't this guy go to the supermarket so he can shop with the wife? Maybe it was around 8 at night. Maybe they've been working, all of them. The lady was dressed in a nice suit. They told me that she also must have come in from work. So the guy went and picked her from work. The guy looked very calm. It's a guy who was dressed very well. But that behavior shocked me. That behavior shocked me. That's why I sometimes ask men, please, let's treat our wives. Let's treat our girlfriends, our fiancés, just like normal human beings. Let's treat them like our own. You know, at that time, she's your wife, she's the mother of your children, no matter what. My brother, don't live a miserable life. Can I give you one quick example? One guy in the morning, he was going to work. And he told the wife, I want you to cook breakfast for me. The wife was not feeling well, told the guy, you know what, honey, go make a cup of coffee. I am not feeling well and I will not wake up. So you go make a cup of coffee. So the guy was pissed off. He slapped the wife 3 times, left the wife crying. The guy left, took off, he went to work. On his way to work, guess what happened? The guy was involved in an accident and the guy died. My brother, wacha kujibebesa misigo yenye hata hatuwezi jisaidia sisi wenyewe. Human beings are to error. We make mistakes. And if your wife has refused to cook you breakfast one morning, it's not the end of the world. You're going to work. And after all, my brother, it's not a must. You will not die for not taking breakfast. And again, what if you could have come and just make coffee for yourself and like she told you and go to work? Unajua watu wengi wanatoka kwa manyumba sao na hasira. And the good book says, don't go to bed angry. Don't go to bed upset. Don't leave your home upset in the morning. Make peace with your partner. Before you go to bed, make peace with your partner, ladies and gentlemen. Wanaume, let us be a little kind to our children. Remember, we also have daughters or sons. One time they will marry someone. There will be a husband, there will be a wife to someone. How would you want your son-in-law to treat your daughter? How would you want your daughter to be treated by her husband? Let us live as an example. Let us lead by example. Let children learn more from how we live in our homes than what we tell them not to do and what to do. So they learn more from us. So let's try not to carry so much. After all, life is not that bad. If she didn't make you breakfast, my brother, that's not the end of the world. Be at peace. Make peace with her. You don't need to slap anyone. My brother, life is too short. You are going to work where the environment maybe is very harsh. Then home is where you get peace. Not in your own house. You slap your wife and you leave and you have an accident. Now, my brother, you never got a chance to come back and apologize or make peace with your wife. I can only advise all couples, never leave home upset or mad with your partner. Make peace. Every day is a new day that the Lord has given us an opportunity to enjoy. Let us live in peace. Let us enjoy that day in peace. Seeing tomorrow is a gift. Don't take it for granted. It is a gift and treat it as such. And everything is new. All the old things are gone. Let's forget about bygones. My brother, you also make mistakes. So is your wife. Marriage is a sanctuary of forgiveness. We need to forgive one another. Don't go 2 hours, 3 hours upset with your wife, with your husband. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is I have seen men treating women like slaves. Treating women like they're house girls. Treating women like they're less of human beings. There's a guy I know for sure. He's a relative of mine. He's married. One time I went to his house. We were having a serious discussion about some project somewhere. So the wife was, listening, and she came and gave an opinion. What the guy told the wife shocked me. He told the wife, please, go back to the kitchen. We are having a men discussion here. And please, just remember, you are here to be seen, but not to be heard. So, it was not in my place to correct the guy in front of the wife, nor say anything, because I was not in my comfort zone. I was not in my house. I was at their house, and maybe that's how they live. I don't know. But that shocked me. So what happened? The woman left, went to the kitchen. I wanted to tell the guy, you're too harsh to your wife. What we're discussing is a project. And the project is a project that will benefit the entire family, not you as an individual. Yes, you will, execute the project, do everything, finance, but your wife and your children are part of it. I wanted to tell the guy, but I kept quiet until I talked to him after like a month. When he was in a good mood, we met somewhere, and then we were talking, and I said, the way people talk to their wife sometimes amazes me. Then he has a different opinion about women. And especially your wife is not women, she's your wife. She's the mother of your children. So be a little bit kind. Be a little bit kind to your wife. Now, that's one example that I've told you I went to the supermarket. And this one of my relative. Let me give you another example. One time it was 7 in the morning. We were in a supermarket with my wife purchasing, some breakfast stuff. We were going to work. I met a guy, and this behavior, you cannot say it is for rich people or poor people. It's across board. It's for everyone. Rich or poor, I'm not saying that all men, a good number, treat their women like less of human beings. Now, this guy is a motorbike guy. The wife had traveled from Ushago with a baby to come to see the husband. So the husband had picked her from Nairobi, Machakos country bus. Now they were in a supermarket. Imagine the woman was carrying a bag on her shoulder and one on her hands, and a baby on her back. And the guy, the husband, is walking to the supermarket, marching majestically, leaving the wife to carry, because they were on a motorbike. The guy could not even tell the wife, hiyo sio vitu wacha hapo kwa motorbike. Yani the guy hata hakumwambia, haliwacha bibi, hajui Nairobi, akabeba bag, mtoto kwa mgongo, na kabagi kaka alikuwa amebeba, kalikuwa kamebeba chakula ya mtoto. I'm not sure, I can't confirm for sure. So the guy walk ako 3 miles na bibi yake ako nyuma huko. I'm saying like 100 yards, not 3 miles. It was like, what I'm trying to say, 3 miles, a distant forward. Na anaacha bibi yake nyuma. Amebeba bag na mtoto kwa mgongo na kabagi kake. You will not even imagine they came together. The guy has a motorbike. You will not believe they were together. So walienda supermarket. The woman is carrying those things. The guy was telling the wife, anamfuata tu. The wife was just following him in the supermarket. Au anamwambia beba hiyo mkate. Anaenda anamwambia beba hiyo broband. Beba hiyo kidogo, beba hiyo kubwa. Kuna pesa. Na beba hiyo broband. Anapita hivi, anamwambia hakuna maji safi kwa nyumba hapa, unajua ni maji ya chumvi. So bebea mtoto maji hiyo chuba aende kukunywa kwa nyumba. I looked at a man in a supermarket. I'm always very observant when I go. I need to see how married people behave. Display of married people. Display of affection. in public. Chani is dead in most marriages. So the guy alienda akasimama, tena yeye akapita cashier, akasimama mbele ya cashier. So the wife akamwambia weka hizo vitu. And I don't want to mention which tribe this guy was. Alibeba vitu akaweka, bibi yake akaweka. Sasa yeye amesimama hapa mbele, anaangalia kompyuta. Akajua ni ngapi, akalipa. Wakati alilipa akamwambia imeingia yeye, okay sawa. Hata hakungoja risiti. The guy left. Now hata hakuambia bibi yake anafaa kuokoa hizo vitu, hiyo mkate na hiyo blue band na ako kamaji kwa kabagi. The guy left, akaenda kumungoja kwa motorbike. Imagine that woman is carrying a baby, handbag ilikuwa imebeba nguo zake na za watoto. Then yako na kamfuko kengine kamebeba ni kama ni chakula ya mtoto. Then anamwachia abebe mkate. Honestly, let's be honest sometimes. It's good to be honest to ourselves. Amemwachia abebe mkate, abebe maji, abebe na blue band. Chani mwanaume ametembea kama a king. Yeye anamngoja wapi? Kwa motorbike. The guy alikuwa amebeba. I was in my car looking at this guy. Mama akakuja, akaingia, akawekelea, akatoa mtoto, akashika, akatoa nini, akawekelea kwa hakaka kwa moto. Hata mwanaume hataki kumsaidia, eti leta mtoto nikushikie upande ama ileta hiyo niku. Sote huyo mwanamke halipanda hiyo nduti. Akaweka zile vitu kwa ile bagi alikuwa kwa mgongo nayo. Then hiyo bagi iko kwa mgongo, ameshika mtoto na kale kapagi yako nayo. Mwanaume, na I have seen how motorbike guys are very customer service oriented. Nishaona customer akiingia anamwambia leta hiyo bagi, anamwekea hapo mbele, anaishikilia hivi akiendesha hapo mbele. Yaani huyu hakusaidia bibi yake. It's like she made the mistake to come to see him. Imagine you've traveled all the way from Ushago to come see your significant other. Nana treat in such a manner. I looked at the guy, they left with their motorbike. I looked at the woman and I asked so many questions. What if the lady was my daughter? What if the lady was my sister? What if the lady was my relative? Is that the way I would want men to treat their wives? Men, let's be a little bit kind. Na kwenda kutembea na bibi yako, hata umubebe mtoto wako umesaa, my brother, hauchakaliwa, and you are not here to please anyone. You have a family to take care of. You have a family to raise. You have a family that you need to make happy. You have a wife that you need to make happy. Forget about these other people. Sasa sijui huo ndio kuwa mwanaume, I don't know. But I don't know why people are so afraid at watu watasema nimekaliwa. So hata nikikaliwa, so what? She's my wife. Amenikalia. Hajaenda kukalia ndugu yangu, hajaenda kukalia mama yangu, hajaenda kukalia my neighbor. Bibi yangu amenikalia. Na am I complaining? So pilipili usipohira inakuasha nini? Yani we fear people too much. We fear people more than we even fear God. Yani unaniambia huyo mwanaume alienda. Nilistuka mimi. And I told my wife, look at this guy. That's how now men treat their wives. And wakipata somebody who will treat them better, who will show them kindness, wakimpenda, then wanaume mnakasirika. That is another example. Let me give you another good example here. One time, we went to, we were having dinner somewhere. So this guy comes with a wife. Imagine the guy goes straight on a table, pulled the chair, sat. He didn't even care whether the wife sits or not. Alikaa chini, akachukua simu, akaanza kuangalia simu. So the wife akakuja, akasimama, akamwangalia. I think like she was sending a signal to him to tell him that I'm here, we're out, put the chair for me. He didn't put the chair. So the wife stood there for like 2 minutes. Then she put the chair and sat down. The woman held her cheeks like this, looking at the guy. And the guy is busy on the phone. Until the waiter came, started taking the order. Now I'm asking you, my brother, what's the point of taking your wife out if you are going to be busy on your phone? You could have found time When you're not busy on your phone, take your wife out and interact. Just be you and your wife. That's why you took her out. But you can't take her over on a date and you're busy on your phone. I look at those people as they were eating, the food came, they're not speaking to one another. Maybe they were not in good time. I don't know if they came out to reconcile. But if you've come out to reconcile, you need to do some things, some simple things that will make your partner feel comfortable and open up to you. And I want to ask our men with a lot of humility, my brothers, let's be a little kind to our women. Let's be a little bit kind. Remember, that is somebody's daughter. That is somebody's aunt. That could be your sister. That could be your relative. Let's try to be a little kind. So long as that woman sees in your life, please try to treat her with a lot of humility. Humbling yourself before your wife is not a weakness. Haujakaliwa? For heaven's sake, that's your wife. Na wengine wanasema kindness is the only language even the deaf can hear and see. Kindness is the only language that the blind can see and hear. Let's do good to our wives. I'm really asking you men, very humbly. Men, when you go to church, my brother, don't go and sit before you make sure your wife and children have chairs to sit on. As a gentleman, go. Make sure your wife amekaa. Mwambie akae. Even pull the chair back, mwambie kaa. Na watoto wakae. Then you ukae last. That's how gentlemen behave. Ukiwa na bibi yako, my brother, mufungulie gari. Yani some men wanaweza fungulia mpango ya kando gari hata hajawahi fungua mlango. I met another lady told me, you know what, I love my mpango ya kando. I said, what do you mean? I love him, he's very good. I said, why? Because I don't open the door. Every time I enter his car, he opens for me. When I'm getting out, he opens for me. But the guy doesn't do that to his wife. My brother, you are treating a foreigner, a stranger, better than the wife that is in your house. Are you serious? Wait until something happens to you, God forbid. That's when you know who means a lot in your life. Then, my brother, one time, if you're boarding a matatu, you're using public means. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Make sure your wife enters the vehicle first, then you enter last. And when you get in there, that's not your place. It's not your home. But make sure your wife is comfortable. Amepata mahali amekaa before wewe ukimbie ukae. Wanaume wengine wanachomoka kwa gari, pum, pogo, haraka, amekaa. Sasa bibi yake anakuja anahangaika, anaangalia huku, anatafuta kiti. The husband is not even moved. Then, my brother, how are you a husband? How are you a head? Because give protection. Make your wife feel comfortable around you. Make your wife feel protected. Women prefer guidance, protection. So treat your wife with a lot of respect. That's what I would say. And there's one time we went to these fish eateries. We went to pick fish. Tukuje kupika jioni. So this guy came there with his wife. Imagine the wife ako pale na yeye amesimama kwa mlango, ako kwa simu. So wife anaenda pale anaangalia samaki sote, tena anarudi anakuja anamuuliza hapa amesimama. Which one should I pick? So I take this one, or that's what size it. Anamwambia anaenda. Tena anaona kuna something different. Then anarudi. Tena anamwambia. Then I was asking myself a question. Kwa nini huyu mwanaume hasitembea na bibi yake mpaka pale? Wachague wote pamoja. That's what family is for. You went there together for a purpose. So kama wewe haungeenda, ungemwambia aende peke yake, because you are not helpful. Don't make your wife work harder than she's supposed to. Enda pale my brother, saidiana na bibi yako mchokwe. Akisema hii na wewe useme hii hapana. Ukisema mwambie hey, this is better. Hiyo ndio nataka tuchukue hii. You know, kijana wetu anaweza kula hii. Hiyo tuchukulie msichana, hiyo tuchukulie kijana, ama hiyo tuchukulie twins. Yani mnasaidiana. You've been having a long day at work. Now you are together, my brother. Home is where you find joy, peace, and happiness. Now, if you can portray that in public, there's no affection there. Like, uko embarrassed to be with to be seen with your wife. And I looked at the guy. There were a few nice slay queens there. So I couldn't really, I don't like judging people. But the guy, I could tell. Even when the wife was talking to him, hata angeangalia bibi yake hivi waongea like they were together, like they know each other. They were talking like strangers. Body language, body expression can tell you a lot. So I looked at those people and I'm like, boy, this is a long journey. This is a long journey. But you know, I've come to realize life is very simple. It is us, human beings, who complicate it. Life is very simple. And by the way, have you ever realized that simple, small things count a lot, matters a lot in marriage? You don't need to move the mountains for your marriage to work. Very simple, courtesy, small things moves the mountains. You just go try it. My brother, when you are in a car with your wife, talk to her. Just talk something, anything, anyhow. Just talk. You know, I drive a lot. Another guy was telling me recently, works in a gas station. He told me, if you want to know married people, and somebody who's with somebody who's not his or hers, you can tell. Nikamuuliza, how do you know? I see a lot. How? Ukiona mwanaume ako kwa gari ana smile, anacheka, is very happy, anacheka na huyo wako na yeye, huyo sio bibi yake. Nikamuuliza, how do wives and husbands behave wakikucha hapa to fuel their cars? Unaona mwanamke amejishika hivi, ameangalia nje. The husband amejishika hivi, anaangalia, anasikia styling, anaangalia hapo mbele, anangoja gari mafuta wachomoke. They don't talk to each other, there's no eye contact. Nikamuuliza, umeobserve wangapi? I've worked here for 7 years. I've seen them all. Ukiona mwanaume akikuja hapa akicheka yeye wakiongea akisema niwekee 1,000 hapo. Weke 1,000. Petrol. Anacheka arabu msichana na yeye anaona amesema umesikia? Amesema 1,000. Arabu unasikia anamwambia fungua kifuniko ya tank. Arabu yule msichana anamwambia sweetheart fungua. Fungua tank. Akasema huyo sio wife. Wife hata ukisema unaisha sauti ni kama agusiki. Ni kama yuko huko. You know, these are observations, and I've come to realize that honestly, married people were sending a very bad signal to single people and young people out there. We're leaving a very bad image in front of single people and young people and our children at large. I don't see I'm living or sleep with an enemy. I don't see why my wife is so bad that I can't even talk to her when we're in a car. You know, sometimes I listen to music and I ask my wife, hiyo ngoma ni mzuri sana, naipenda sana. Na ananiambia, I love it. Hiyo wimbo ni mzuri, hata inanipambanga. And then she starts mentioning words moja ile anajua. Na mimi hata sijui ninachangia vizuri. Hata safari mnaenda ya 20 minutes inakuwa ya 5 minutes. Lakini sasa mmefuliana kwa gari na mnaenda, hata safari ya 10 minutes inakaa kama mmeenda 1 hour. And yet it's not that bad. It's not that serious. And you know what's funny? At the end of the day, watu watarudi wote pamoja. So then the question I have, munarara, how do they sleep at night? Kama kwa gari amwezi angaliana, amwezi ongea. Those are observations that people are making. And I don't know why married people, we have to live so bad for people to know that we're living badly. Your wife should be your best friend. Until she gives you reasons as to why you feel that she's not qualified to be your best friend. Yaani unapata mwanaume lakini wanaume niliona mwanaume mwingine na yeye amekucha tu, yeye amebeba kifunguo ya gari anatembea nayo hivi. So the wife amebeba mtoto kwa mgongo, ndio anasukuma kati hii trolley, and the guy is reported. Anaenda hivi kwa checkpoint, anaingia, bibi ang'ang'ana na kati na mtoto kwa mgongo aingie. Hata nikajiuliza, I was alone. Then I asked myself, hani huyo mwanaume hakuisaidia hata bibi yake kusukuma hiyo trolley honestly? Ama worse or better, abebe mtoto wake. Because my brother, that is my baby. If I can't hold my baby, who will? Wacha nibebe mtoto wangu. Mtaongea mseme nimekaliwa, ni sawa. Na mimi sijakwambia ubebe mtoto wangu. That's my baby. Na vile ninaishi kwangu, sitaki uniambukize ile yako vile unaishi kwako, haitafanya kwangu. Haitafanya. So what this guy did, anaenda na kifunguo, ana point hivi. Naambia bibi yake, hiyo. Bibi yake akabeba sukari kilo 2. Because amepoint kifunguo, akamwambia hapana, I said kilo 1 kilo. Akarudisha tena. Yaani anamuongeleza na hasira. Then the question I had is, I wanted to ask them, kwa nini yeye asibebe hiyo sukari kilo 1? Because ndiye anajua hila anataka abebe. So tena wakaenda kwa mkate, na mimi niko hapo, akampointia abebe mkate. Hiyo mkate anamwambia abebe, bibi akabeba white bread, akamwambia unajua hiyo mkate it's not healthy, beba mkate ya brown. Because now this woman is talking to, this guy is talking to his wife like a 2-year-old baby. You know, it will be easier for him kuinama abebe ila anataka, ama wasauliana na bibi yake before abebe. Musa, do you think we should take white bread or brown? You know, musauliane. That's why you came together. Musauliane. The woman carried, alibeba zile vitu alibeba. Wakaenda wakalipa. Imagine the guy tena anatembea vizuri mbele ya bibi yake na kifunguo ya gari tu. So bibi ndiye anasukuma kati na ile trolley na ile vitu yote wamenunua. Wakafika kwa gari, the guy akafungua kapoti. Alifinya kifunguo kapoti ikafunguka. Akangoja wife aingize vitu kwa gari na mtoto kwa mgongo. Honestly, wanaume, it's only God who changes people. But we need to change how we treat our women. Remember, that is somebody's daughter. That is somebody's child. That is somebody's aunt. She has people who loves her so much. Now, if you can't show your wife, if you can't be affectionate to your wife, who will? Now, for now, that is the woman that is in your life. That's the woman in your life now. Hata mtoto wako huwezi beba, my brother. Ukibeba mtoto wako kweli umekali. Wanaume, sisemi mfungulie mabibi mlango kila siku, because even me I don't do it. But I do it once in a while. When I can remember, wakati nikikumbuka, when I remember I do it. Sometimes I forget, I find myself in a car. But my brother, kufungulia bibi yako mlango ya gari hujakaliwa. Kusaidia bibi yako, you married a helper, not a slave. So ukimsaidia kubeba hata mtoto wako hujakaliwa. That's your baby, my brother. It's not a community baby. That's your baby. Na kama bibi yako akikukalia, where is the problem? And you're not complaining. So all I'm trying to say is that I don't know why we men were so much embarrassed to be seen with our wives, to be seen with the mother of our children. Why? I'm not saying every man, but there are a few who are embarrassed to be seen with their wives. Don't be embarrassed of your partner. You may have made a mistake marrying that woman. Maybe you didn't plan to get married to one another. Maybe you are not in love. Something happens, circumstances happen. Maybe she got pregnant and you didn't want your son or your daughter to be raised without a father, with a different man. So you decided to marry her. So my brother, some things when you have no answers, they are not even a problem. They are things that you need to accept them and move forward. They are things that need to be accepted. Make peace with your past and you move forward. My brother, life is now. You don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow is a mystery. So don't wait until tomorrow to live your life. What if tomorrow never comes? What will do you sometimes ask yourself those questions? What if tomorrow never comes? And you only live today and you're not living your life. Don't postpone your life to tomorrow. Tomorrow is a mystery. Nobody knows tomorrow. It's only God who knows your end from the beginning. But us, every day, every hour is a mystery. So every opportunity, every chance you get, men, let's try to treat our lives with respect. Let's love our wives. Remember, when you love someone, you don't want to see them struggling. You will not treat them badly. Someone you love, you treat them with the utmost care. You treat them with a lot of kindness. My brother, two wrongs don't make things right. Let's try and treat our wives well. Be it in public, be it in private. Let's try to treat our wives as human beings. And it's good. Defend them in public. Defend them. Treat them even, you should even treat them better in public. But when you're in private, then you tell her, no, this is how people live. Don't do this. I don't like this. Quietly. And you choose your tone of voice wisely. Because your tone of voice can destroy everything. So let's try, my brother, when you go shopping, hold your wife's hand. Hold your wife's hand. Not the least you can do, push the trolley. And then just tell her, walk like you're walking with your partner, not your enemy. I don't know why men are so comfortable with other women out there, but they're so uncomfortable with their wives. I don't know why a lot of men are so happy out there. Then when they get home, they're not happy. And that's where you're supposed to get happiness. Men, let's think twice. The way we treat our women, it's one thing. It's one thing. Let me leave it at that. Thank you so very much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. My YouTube name is Sam Ongoro. See you in my next video. May God bless you. Till next time. Bye-bye.